On Triple J, that is a band out of San Francisco called On the Speakers, and the track Could I Be Right? Their EP is self-titled. You're on Triple J this morning. It's about 20 away from 10, from 12, an hour later in Tasmania. Hope you're feeling well this morning. And it's a moment we've been talking up all this week here at Triple J. Mark Lanegan's in the studio with us, and Michael and Brett are with him as well. How you doing today?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm well, thank you. Now, you've done a couple of shows around Australia so far. Have they been going all right?
Yeah, it's been great.
Well, let's talk about the brand new record, Bubblegum. It is, as usual, another outstanding record from Mark Lanegan. And now, you've done a lot of collaborations on this album, as you have done in the past. And when Polly Jane was in the country earlier this year, she described the experience of singing on the album as a really quite emotional time. How would you describe those moments when you get to hear other people singing the music that you've made?
Oh, it's the best part of making the record, you know, is what everybody else does. And that was one of the best experiences I had was when she came in, you know. Everybody loves her singing, and it was a real gift, you know.
How does the process come about? Do you write the song first and then figure out who's best for it? Or do you have a person in mind that you really want to work with?
Actually, the songs that she was on, I wrote with somebody else in mind, and then the opportunity sort of presented itself that she could sing with me, and so I changed my tune.
Do they always have to be people that you know really well? Because, I mean, Josh and Nick from Queens are both on the record as well. And is it important that you know those people really well?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody that's played on the records that I didn't know already. I'd probably get too nervous if there was some strangers in there. I still got the kid in me in that way, you know.
And how does it work in reverse in the fact when you go and guest on other people's songs? What do you get out of that experience? Like Burning Brides is, I think, the most recent that you did. What do you get to take away from that?
You know, it's hopefully I'm learning something from every experience. And I just get to be on, you know, a really great record, so...
Well, you seem to be on quite a roll over the last couple of years, especially with your solo records. Do you think you're just getting better and better at it?
I don't know about that, but I'm enjoying it, so that's what's important.
Well, you did seem to be on quite a roll up until the time when you joined up with the boys from Queens, 3 records in about 3 or so years. What convinced you to sort of set that aside for a little while and go on the road with them for a little while and commit to another band for quite some time?
Well, I was a huge fan of the band, you know. They're my favorite rock band, and so it wasn't really that tough to make the decision, you know, to get to go out and travel with, you know, my friends and work very little. It was probably the thing that convinced me, you know. I'm pretty lazy.
So it's a little bit of a holiday when you join up with someone else's band?
Pretty much.
Were you writing your own record at the same time? Is that what convinced you to leave in the end?
Yeah, well, you know, I had to sort of come out and do this stuff, and, you know, I haven't really, like, completely left, but I just sort of diminished my already diminished role with the band, you know.
Well, let's take a listen to a track. You guys got your guitars in here with you this morning, and you're going to play an older track for us, One Way Street. You ready to go?
Yeah. Thanks.
Mark Lanegan's on your radio this morning with Michael and Brett in here as well on Triple J.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And the moon aren't where they're supposed to be. The strange electric light falls so close to me. Love, I come to ride. I'm that seasick rolling wave. And you know that I am just trying to get out. Glorious sound, oh, a one-way street, but you can't get it down without crying. Well, I'm dressed in white, send roses to me. I drink so much sour whiskey I can hardly see. And everywhere I've been, there's a well that houses my name. From the one tiny stingy vacant flame. Oh, the deafening roar, remember that's called a one-way street. You can't get it down without crying. Mystery's a sight you can't get out. In a psychotropic life you can't get out. Love, I come to ride, howl that seasick rolling wave. There's a wave that I fall, trying to get out. Oh, the deafening roar of the one-way street. You can't get it down without crying. Oh, the glorious sound, it's called a one-way street.
On Triple J this morning, oh my God, the Mark Lanegan band in here doing the track One Way Street. It really made me cry. That was beautiful. Thank you. Michael and Brett are in here as well as Mark Lanegan. And of course, you guys have got one show left in Australia at the Zoo nightclub this Saturday night, tomorrow night in Brisbane. Has your voice always sounded like that, Mark? How different was it when you were younger?
Before the accident, it wasn't nearly as bad.
Did you ever have a higher pitched voice from a baby? You were just talking that same way.
Yeah, pretty much. I think they started me on cigars pretty early.
Now, what's the plans for the future so far? Obviously, you're going to keep touring off the back of this album for a little while. You're going to stay with the band in this incarnation and keep bringing out a few more solo records?
I'd like to. But, it remains to be seen.
Well, we look forward to whatever you do. And thank you again so much for coming in today. Michael, Mark and Brett, thank you.
Thank you.
Let's take a track from the record. This one's called When Your Number Isn't Up on Triple J.